You must believe in yourself, not just think positive thoughts, not just hope things work out. Actually believe, deep in your core, that you're capable, that you deserve success, that you can handle what comes, that you have value. This belief is not optional. It's not nice to have. It's the foundation of everything else. Without self-belief, nothing else works. You can have skills but won't use them. You can have opportunities but won't seize them. You can have knowledge but won't apply it. You can have potential but won't develop it. Self-belief is what activates everything else. Without it, your capabilities remain dormant. Think about your life right now. How much do you truly believe in yourself? Not what you say to others, not what you wish you believed. What do you actually believe, deep down? When opportunity appears, do you believe you can succeed? When challenges arise, do you believe you can overcome them? When you set goals, do you believe you'll achieve them? For most people, honest answer reveals insufficient self-belief. They doubt their abilities. They question their worthiness. They fear they're not good enough. They believe success is for others, not them. This lack of belief becomes self-fulfilling prophecy. They don't try because they don't believe they'll succeed. They don't succeed because they don't try. This is the devastating cycle of disbelief. It keeps people small. It prevents risk-taking. It crushes dreams before they're even attempted. It creates life of missed opportunities and unrealized potential, all because belief was absent. But here's what you need to understand. Self-belief is not something you're born with or without. It's not genetic trait. It's not permanent characteristic. It's something you build through specific practices, through deliberate effort, through consistent work on your mindset and self-perception. You can develop genuine self-belief regardless of where you're starting from. Even if you've never believed in yourself before, even if you've failed repeatedly, even if others have told you you're not capable, you can build belief that transforms everything. This audiobook is about exactly that. Not just positive thinking or affirmations, though those have their place, but deep, genuine self-belief built on solid foundation, belief that withstands setbacks, belief that drives action, belief that creates results that reinforce itself. We'll explore 10 essential dimensions of self-belief, understanding what self-belief really is and why it matters, identifying and eliminating beliefs that hold you back, building evidence of capability through action, treating yourself with respect, separating your worth from your results, handling failure without losing belief, surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, speaking to yourself like someone you love, taking action despite doubt, and maintaining belief through difficulty. These aren't abstract concepts. They're practical approaches to building genuine self-belief. Each dimension addresses specific aspect of developing and maintaining belief in yourself. Together, they create comprehensive transformation in how you see yourself and what you believe you're capable of. But I need to be completely honest with you. Building self-belief is uncomfortable. It requires facing truths about yourself you've been avoiding. It demands action when you feel uncertain. It means treating yourself better than you're accustomed to. It requires persisting through doubt and setback. Most people won't do this work because it's hard. Can you do hard things? Can you face discomfort for growth? Can you persist when doubt creeps in? If yes, then self-belief becomes achievable. If no, then you'll continue with insufficient belief that limits everything. Because here's what happens when you truly believe in yourself. You try things you wouldn't have tried. You persist longer than you would have. You bounce back from setbacks faster. You see opportunities instead of obstacles. You develop your abilities further. You achieve things that seemed impossible when you didn't believe. Self-belief doesn't guarantee success in everything, but lack of self-belief virtually guarantees you won't try, which guarantees you won't succeed. Belief is prerequisite. Without it, nothing else matters because you won't take the actions that success requires. Right now, insufficient self-belief is probably costing you opportunities you don't pursue, relationships you don't initiate, skills you don't develop, goals you don't attempt. dreams you dismiss as unrealistic, all casualties of disbelief in yourself. This continues until you build genuine belief, until you know, not just hope, that you're capable, that you deserve good things, that you can handle challenges, that you have unique value to offer, that you're worthy of success. 6 months from now, you could have fundamentally different relationship with yourself. You could believe in your capability. You could trust yourself. You could pursue goals confidently. You could handle setbacks without self-destruction, all because you built genuine self-belief. Or you could still doubt yourself, still question your worthiness, still hold back from opportunities, still play small, still let lack of belief limit everything. The difference is whether you do the work to build belief. This is your opportunity, not to become arrogant or delusional, but to develop accurate, empowering belief in your genuine capabilities, to see yourself clearly and believe in that real person, to build foundation that supports growth rather than ceiling that prevents it. You must believe in yourself, not someday, not after you've proven yourself. Now, before the proof, before the success, before others believe, you must believe first. Everything else flows from this foundation. Stop doubting yourself. Stop questioning your worthiness. Stop waiting for permission to believe you're capable. Start building genuine self-belief through the practices we'll explore. Let's begin. Let's build the self-belief that changes everything. Let's create foundation that supports the life you want. You must believe in yourself. The work starts now. Chapter 1. Understand what self-belief really is. Before you can build self-belief, you need to understand what it actually is. Most people have distorted understanding. They think self-belief means thinking you're perfect, or never doubting, or being unrealistically confident. These misunderstandings prevent them from building genuine belief. Self-belief is not delusion. It's not believing you're good at things you're not. It's not pretending you have capabilities you lack. It's not ignoring your weaknesses or failures. These would be false belief. And false belief doesn't help. It actually hurts because it prevents you from seeing reality clearly. Real self-belief is something different. Let me explain what it actually is. Self-belief is trusting that you're capable of handling what comes, not that nothing bad will happen, not that you'll never fail, not that everything will be easy, but that whatever happens, you'll figure it out. You'll cope. You'll adapt. You'll handle it somehow. This trust in your ability to handle life is core of self-belief. Think about the difference. False belief says, I'll definitely succeed at this. Real belief says, I'll give this my best effort, and I'll handle whatever results come. False belief sets you up for devastation when things don't work out. Real belief prepares you to persist, regardless of outcomes. Real self-belief includes accepting uncertainty. You don't know how things will turn out. You don't have all the answers. You might fail. These uncertainties exist. Self-belief doesn't deny them. It says, despite uncertainty, I trust myself to navigate whatever happens. Self-belief is also knowing you have inherent worth as person, separate from your achievements. You're valuable because you're a human being, not because of what you've accomplished or what you do. This worth doesn't fluctuate with success and failure. It's constant foundation. Many people tie their worth to their performance. They feel valuable when succeeding, worthless when failing. This creates an unstable sense of self that depends on external results. Real self-belief includes stable sense of worth independent of outcomes. Self-belief includes acknowledging your actual capabilities honestly. You have real strengths. You're genuinely good at some things. You have developed certain competencies. Acknowledging these accurately is part of self-belief. It's not bragging. It's honest recognition of what you can actually do. But real self-belief also includes honest recognition of limitations. You're not good at everything. You have areas of weakness. You have skills you haven't developed yet. Acknowledging this isn't lack of belief. It's realistic assessment that lets you focus effort where it matters. Self-belief means believing in your ability to grow. You might not be capable of something now, but you can develop capability. You can learn. You can improve. You can become more competent. This belief in your growth potential is crucial. You're not fixed at current level. You can develop. Self-belief includes trusting your judgment and decisions. Not that you're always right. You'll make mistakes. But you trust that you're doing your best with information you have. You trust your ability to make reasonable decisions. And when you make bad decisions, you trust your ability to learn from them and make better ones. Self-belief means believing you deserve good things. Not because you've earned them through achievement, but simply because you're a human being with inherent worth. You deserve happiness. You deserve love. You deserve success. You deserve respect. This belief in your deservingness is essential. Many people struggle with this. They feel they don't deserve good things unless they've proven themselves worthy through accomplishment. This conditional deservingness undermines belief. Real self-belief includes unconditional deservingness based on human worth, not achievement. Self-belief includes confidence in your resilience. You've survived everything life has thrown at you so far. You've faced difficulties and challenges. You've had failures and setbacks. Yet you're still here. You've proven you're resilient. Recognizing this proven resilience is part of believing in yourself. Think about your past. Every challenge you've faced, you've gotten through somehow. Every problem you've had, you've solved or adapted to. Every failure you've experienced, you've survived. This track record proves your resilience. Self-belief includes trusting this will continue. Self-belief also means believing you have something valuable to offer. Unique perspective, particular talents, specific experiences, ways of thinking or creating that are yours. You have something to contribute. Believing this is essential. You're not just taking up space. You add value. Here's what self-belief is not. It's not arrogance. Arrogance is overestimating yourself and dismissing others. Self-belief is accurate assessment of your capabilities while respecting others' capabilities too. It's not comparative. It's not about being better than others. It's about trusting yourself. It's not rigidity. Self-belief includes flexibility. You can be wrong. You can change your mind. You can adapt. Rigid adherence to being right is insecurity, not belief. Real belief is secure enough to be flexible. It's not independence from reality. Self-belief doesn't mean ignoring feedback or evidence. You pay attention to results. You learn from experience. You adjust based on information. But you maintain core trust in yourself through this process. It's not immunity to doubt. You'll still doubt sometimes. You'll still feel uncertain. You'll still question yourself. Self-belief doesn't eliminate doubt. It means believing in yourself despite doubt. Acting anyway. Trusting yourself even when unsure. Here's what you need to internalize. Self-belief is realistic. Stable trust in your capability to handle life. Grow through challenges. Make reasonable decisions. And offer value. It's separate from specific outcomes. It's independent of others' opinions. It's based on your inherent worth and proven resilience. This understanding is crucial because you can't build something you don't understand clearly. If you think self-belief means never doubting or always succeeding, you'll dismiss it as impossible. But when you understand it's about trust and worth and resilience, it becomes achievable. Your task is developing this accurate self-belief. Not false confidence, not delusional thinking, but genuine, realistic belief in your fundamental capability and worth. This belief transforms everything because it frees you to try, to grow, to persist, to become who you're capable of being. Understand what self-belief really is. It's trust in your ability to handle what comes. It's knowing your inherent worth. It's honest recognition of capabilities. It's believing in your growth potential. It's trusting your judgment. It's believing you deserve good things. It's confidence in your resilience. It's knowing you have value to offer. Chapter 2. Identify and eliminate limiting beliefs. You hold beliefs about yourself that aren't true. These false beliefs limit what you attempt and achieve. They're the voice saying, you're not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough. They're the assumptions about what you can't do. They're the stories about who you are that keep you small. These limiting beliefs operate beneath conscious awareness. You don't walk around thinking, "I believe I'm not capable." But the belief is there, influencing every decision, preventing you from trying certain things, creating fear around specific situations, holding you back from your potential. Building self-belief requires identifying these limiting beliefs and eliminating them, replacing them with more accurate, empowering beliefs. This isn't positive thinking that ignores reality. It's accurate thinking that sees truth instead of false limitations. Let me teach you how to identify and eliminate limiting beliefs. First, notice your automatic negative thoughts about yourself. When opportunity appears, what's your immediate thought? Often it's something like, "I can't do that," or "I'm not good enough for that," or "I'd probably fail at that." These automatic thoughts reveal underlying beliefs. Track these thoughts for 1 week. Write them down. What negative things do you automatically think about yourself? About your capabilities? About your worthiness? These repeated thoughts show your limiting beliefs. Second, examine your behavior patterns. What do you consistently avoid? What makes you anxious? Where do you hold back? Your avoidance patterns reveal limiting beliefs, driving them. If you avoid public speaking, there's probably belief like, "I'm not good at presenting," or "People will judge me harshly." If you avoid romantic relationships, there might be belief like, "I'm not worthy of love," or "I'll get hurt." Your behavior shows what you believe. Third, listen to your self-talk. How do you speak to yourself internally? Many people have harsh, critical inner voice. This voice represents limiting beliefs. "You're so stupid." "You always mess things up." "Nobody likes you." These statements are beliefs about yourself, and they're usually false or exaggerated. Notice what your inner voice says. Is it kind or cruel? Encouraging or discouraging? Accurate or distorted? Your self-talk reveals your beliefs about yourself. Fourth, identify where your beliefs came from. Many limiting beliefs were formed in childhood, from parents who criticized, from teachers who said you weren't smart, from peers who rejected you, from experiences where you failed and concluded, "You're a failure." These beliefs made sense at the time given limited information. Child who gets criticized a lot might logically conclude they're not good enough. But that conclusion is false. The criticism was about parents' issues, not child's inadequacy. Trace your major limiting beliefs to their origins. Understanding where they came from helps you see they're not objective truth. They're conclusions you drew from limited experiences. Fifth, question the evidence. Take a limiting belief like, "I'm not smart." What's the actual evidence? Maybe you struggled in school, but that doesn't prove you're not smart. Maybe the teaching methods didn't fit your learning style. Maybe you were dealing with difficult circumstances that affected focus. Maybe the subjects tested aren't your areas of strength. Look for counter-evidence too. Times when you were smart. Problems you've solved. Things you've learned. Skills you've developed. Usually there's substantial evidence against the limiting belief, if you look for it honestly. Sixth, test your beliefs empirically. Limiting beliefs are predictions. "I can't do public speaking" predicts that attempting it will result in failure. Test the prediction. Try public speaking in low-stakes setting. See what actually happens. Often, testing reveals the belief is false. You can do the thing you thought you couldn't, or you struggle but don't completely fail, or you fail but survive and learn. The dire prediction doesn't materialize. This breaks the belief's power. Seventh, replace limiting beliefs with accurate, empowering ones. Don't replace "I'm not smart" with "I'm a genius." That's false, in opposite direction. Replace it with accurate belief, like, "I'm capable of learning and understanding when I apply myself." Or, "I have intelligence in certain areas." Empowering beliefs acknowledge reality while opening possibility. They're not delusional positive thinking. They're accurate assessment that recognizes potential instead of just limitations. Eighth, gather evidence for new beliefs. If you're adopting belief, "I'm capable of learning new skills," gather evidence. Learn something new. Document your progress. Prove to yourself that new belief is true. This evidence building reinforces new belief. Your brain believes what you give it evidence for. If you only notice failures, you'll believe you're a failure. If you notice and document capabilities and growth, you'll believe you're capable and can grow. Ninth, be patient with belief change. Beliefs formed over years don't change overnight. You'll notice the old limiting belief arising even after you've intellectually rejected it. This is normal. Keep challenging it. Keep gathering evidence for new belief. Gradual shift happens through consistency. Don't get discouraged if limiting beliefs resurface. They will. Each time, challenge them again. Eventually, new beliefs become dominant. 10th, get help identifying blind spots. You can't always see your own limiting beliefs clearly. Trusted friend, therapist, or coach can help you identify beliefs you're not aware of. Others sometimes see your beliefs more clearly than you do. They notice patterns you miss. They hear the limiting statements you make without realizing. Their outside perspective helps illuminate beliefs that need changing. Common limiting beliefs to watch for. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve success. I'm not smart enough. I'm not talented enough. People don't like me. I always fail. I can't handle pressure. I'm too old. Young. I'm not the kind of person who succeeds at that. These beliefs are almost never objectively true. They're false conclusions drawn from limited experience. Challenge them. Test them. Replace them with accurate beliefs. Here's your practice. This week, identify your 3 most limiting beliefs about yourself. Write them down. For each one, gather counter-evidence. Times when the belief wasn't true. Capabilities that contradict it. Alternative explanations for experiences that formed it. Then formulate more accurate belief to replace each limiting one. Not unrealistic positive belief. Realistic empowering belief that acknowledges truth and potential. Begin gathering evidence for these new beliefs through action. This process of identifying and replacing limiting beliefs is ongoing. You'll discover new ones. You'll need to challenge old ones repeatedly. But each belief you change expands what you believe you're capable of. This expanded belief enables attempts you wouldn't have made. These attempts create results that build genuine self-belief. Identify and eliminate limiting beliefs. Notice automatic negative thoughts. Examine behavior patterns. Listen to self-talk. Identify belief origins. Question the evidence. Test beliefs empirically. Replace with accurate, empowering beliefs. Gather evidence for new beliefs. Be patient. Get help with blind spots. Chapter 3. Build evidence of capability through action. Belief without evidence is fragile. It collapses under pressure. Real self-belief needs foundation of evidence. Proof that you're actually capable. This evidence comes from action. From doing things, especially difficult things, and succeeding. Each success builds evidence that reinforces belief. Many people try to build belief through thinking alone. Affirmations, visualization, positive self-talk. These help. But without evidence from actual performance, belief remains theoretical. It doesn't hold up when challenged. Action creates evidence. Evidence builds genuine belief. This belief enables more ambitious action. This creates more evidence. Upward spiral of belief and capability develops. This is how real self-belief gets built. Let me show you how to build evidence through action. First, start with achievable challenges. Don't attempt to build evidence by trying something far beyond current capability. That's likely to create failure evidence, which undermines belief. Start with things that stretch you slightly but are achievable with effort. Think of it as building strength progressively. You don't start weightlifting with your maximum possible weight. You start lighter and gradually increase. Same with building belief. Start with achievable actions that create success evidence. Then progressively attempt more difficult things. Second, document your successes. You'll forget them otherwise. Human brain has negativity bias. It remembers failures vividly and forgets successes quickly. Counter this by deliberately documenting successes. Keep success journal. Write down things you accomplished, problems you solved, challenges you overcame, skills you developed. Review this regularly. Seeing accumulated evidence of capability builds belief more effectively than memory alone. Third, focus on process wins, not just outcome wins. Process wins are things you did well regardless of final outcome. You prepared thoroughly. You showed up despite fear. You persisted through difficulty. You tried your best. These process wins build evidence of capability, even when outcomes aren't perfect. If you only count outcome wins, you'll have fewer evidence points. Process wins multiply your evidence and build belief in your ability to do what's in your control. Fourth, take on projects that require learning. When you successfully learn something new, it proves you're capable of growth. This is powerful evidence. It shows you're not limited to current skill level. You can develop new capabilities. Each skill learned builds not just that specific capability, but also general belief in your ability to learn. This meta-capability of learning to learn is crucial evidence for self-belief. Fifth, complete what you start. Each completion, even of small project, builds evidence. Each abandonment undermines belief. Your track record of completion or abandonment shapes your belief about yourself. Work on completing things. Finish books you start. Complete projects you begin. Follow through on commitments. This completion habit builds evidence of reliability and capability. Sixth, succeed at things you previously thought you couldn't do. This type of evidence is especially powerful because it directly contradicts limiting belief. You thought you couldn't do it, but you did. This proves the belief was wrong. Deliberately challenge beliefs about what you can't do. Pick something you've avoided because you believed you couldn't do it. Try it. When you succeed, even partially, it shatters that belief and builds new belief in your broader capability. Seventh, handle difficulty and setback. Evidence of resilience is as valuable as evidence of success. When you face setback and keep going, that builds belief. When you handle difficulty and emerge intact, that proves you can cope. Don't avoid difficulty in attempt to prevent failure. Difficulty handled successfully is powerful evidence. It shows you're capable not just when things are easy, but when they're hard. Eighth, get objective feedback. Sometimes you discount your accomplishments. Objective feedback from others provides evidence you might not give yourself credit for. When someone else recognizes your capability, that's evidence to add to your collection. Ask for feedback on your work. Not just vague praise, but specific feedback on what you did well. This provides objective evidence of capability you might not recognize yourself. Ninth, compare yourself to yourself, not others. Evidence of your growth compared to your past self is what matters. You're more capable now than you were. You've learned things. You've developed skills. You handle things better. This self-comparison provides endless evidence. You're always capable of growth compared to past self. Comparison to others is irrelevant and often undermining. 10th, create visible evidence. Don't just remember your capabilities. Create visible evidence. Portfolio of work, certificates of completion, photos of accomplishments, physical representations of capability. Visible evidence is more powerful than memory. When you can see and touch proof of capability, belief becomes concrete. Here's how this works in practice. Say you want to build belief in your professional capability. Start with achievable challenges. Complete projects successfully. Document it. Get feedback on what you did well. These become evidence. Next, take on slightly more challenging project. Complete it. Document. Add to evidence collection. Continue this progressive challenge, always adding to evidence base. After 6 months of this, you have substantial evidence. Multiple completed projects. Feedback from multiple sources. Documented growth in capability. Skills developed. This evidence creates genuine belief because it's not based on hope. It's based on proof. Same approach works for any area. Building belief in social capability. Start with achievable social interactions. Document successful connections. Gradually increase challenge. Build evidence of your ability to connect with people. Building belief in physical capability. Start with achievable fitness goals. Document progress. Increase challenge gradually. Build evidence of your body's capability. The principle is universal. Start where you can succeed. Document evidence. Progressively increase challenge. Continuously build evidence base. This evidence creates genuine self-belief that withstands doubt, because it's grounded in proof. Here's your practice. This month, deliberately build evidence in one area of your life. Choose area where you want more self-belief. Identify achievable starting challenge. Complete it. Document success. Get feedback. Take on next challenge. Continue building evidence. By month end, you'll have solid evidence of capability in that area. This evidence will support belief. You won't just think you're capable. You'll know you are because you'll have proof. This evidence-based approach to building belief is powerful because it's not self-deception. You're not trying to believe something that might not be true. You're creating truth through action, then believing the truth you've proven. Build evidence of capability through action. Start with achievable challenges. Document successes. Focus on process wins. Learn new skills. Complete what you start. Succeed at what you thought you couldn't. Handle difficulty. Get objective feedback. Compare to yourself. Create visible evidence. Chapter 4. Treat yourself with respect. How you treat yourself shapes what you believe about yourself. If you treat yourself poorly, you believe you deserve poor treatment. If you treat yourself with respect, you believe you're worthy of respect. Self-belief requires treating yourself like someone of value. Most people treat themselves worse than they treat anyone else. They speak to themselves harshly. They ignore their needs. They push themselves relentlessly, without rest. They accept treatment from others they'd never accept on someone else's behalf. This poor self-treatment undermines belief. Think about how you'd treat someone you deeply respect. You'd speak to them kindly. You'd consider their needs. You'd defend them against poor treatment. You'd support their growth. You'd forgive their mistakes. Now think about how you actually treat yourself. Probably very differently. This gap between how you treat others you respect and how you treat yourself tells you how much you believe in your own worth. Closing this gap builds self-belief, because consistent, respectful self-treatment proves you believe you're worthy of respect. Let me teach you how to treat yourself with respect. First, speak to yourself kindly. Your inner voice should sound like supportive friend, not harsh critic. When you make mistake, friend says, "That didn't work out. What can you learn?" Harsh critic says, "You're so stupid. You always mess up." Monitor your self-talk. When you catch harsh critical voice, stop. Rephrase with kindness. Ask yourself, would I talk to someone I care about this way? If no, don't talk to yourself that way either. This isn't coddling yourself. It's treating yourself with the basic respect you'd show anyone. Harsh criticism doesn't motivate improvement. It undermines belief and motivation. Kind, firm guidance motivates improvement while maintaining belief. Second, honor your needs. You have legitimate needs. For rest, for nutrition, for movement, for connection, for solitude, for mental stimulation, for creative expression. Respecting yourself means honoring these needs, not constantly sacrificing them. Many people ignore their needs, thinking that proves discipline or dedication. It doesn't. It proves lack of self-respect. You can't perform well with unmet needs. Honoring needs enables better performance and demonstrates self-worth. Third, set and maintain boundaries. Boundaries are how you teach others to treat you. When you have no boundaries, or don't enforce them, you accept poor treatment. This tells you and others that you don't value yourself. Identify where you need boundaries. With time, with energy, with treatment from others, with your own behaviors. Set clear boundaries. Maintain them consistently. Each time you enforce boundary, you prove to yourself that you're worth respecting. Fourth, defend yourself against poor treatment. When someone treats you disrespectfully, address it. You don't have to be aggressive, but you don't accept it silently either. That's not acceptable. Or, I don't allow people to speak to me that way. Sets standard. Many people accept poor treatment thinking that's being nice or avoiding conflict. It's actually allowing yourself to be devalued. Self-respect requires standing up for yourself. Each time you do, belief strengthens. Fifth, invest in yourself. Time, money, energy. Invested in your growth and well-being demonstrates that you believe you're worth investing in. Take course to develop skills. Invest in your health. Create environment that supports you. These investments are statements of belief in your worth. People invest in things they value. When you invest in yourself, you prove you value yourself. This builds belief, because your actions demonstrate worth. Sixth, celebrate yourself. Acknowledge your efforts. Recognize your progress. Celebrate your wins. This isn't being conceited. It's giving yourself the recognition you deserve. Many people dismiss their accomplishments. It wasn't that big a deal. Anyone could have done it. This dismissal undermines belief. Respectful self-treatment includes appropriate acknowledgement of what you achieve. Seventh, forgive yourself. You'll make mistakes. You'll fail sometimes. You'll fall short. Respectful self-treatment includes forgiveness. You wouldn't permanently condemn someone you respect for single mistake. Don't do it to yourself. Forgiveness doesn't mean ignoring mistakes or avoiding responsibility. It means learning from mistakes without destroying yourself over them. It means recognizing you're human and humans err. Eighth, prioritize your well-being. Your physical health, mental health, emotional well-being matter. They're not luxuries to address after everything else. They're foundation enabling everything else. Prioritizing them demonstrates self-respect. Get adequate sleep. Eat nutritiously. Exercise. Manage stress. Seek help when needed. These aren't indulgences. They're basic maintenance that respectful self-treatment includes. Ninth, surround yourself with respect. Choose to spend time with people who treat you respectfully. Distance yourself from those who don't. This isn't being judgmental. It's having standards for how you'll be treated. Who you surround yourself with shapes your self-perception. People who respect you reinforce that you're worthy of respect. People who don't undermine your belief. Choose respectful people. 10th, dress and present yourself in ways that feel respectful. This doesn't mean expensive clothes or perfect appearance. It means effort appropriate to how you'd present someone you respect. Taking care with your appearance, whatever your style or budget, is form of self-respect. Many people neglect their appearance thinking it's superficial, but how you present yourself affects how you feel about yourself. Respectful presentation, however you define it, reinforces belief in your worth. Here's what treating yourself with respect looks like comprehensively. You speak to yourself kindly. You honor your needs for rest, nutrition, and care. You maintain boundaries. You address poor treatment from others. You invest in your growth. You celebrate accomplishments. You forgive mistakes. You prioritize well-being. You choose respectful relationships. You present yourself with care. Each of these practices, repeated consistently, builds belief. Because you're demonstrating through action that you believe you're worthy of respectful treatment. This demonstrated belief becomes internalized belief. You start believing what your actions have been proving. Here's your practice. This week, choose 3 ways you've been treating yourself disrespectfully. Maybe harsh self-talk. Maybe ignoring needs. Maybe accepting poor treatment from others. For each one, commit to treating yourself respectfully instead. Notice how this changes your self-perception. When you treat yourself like person of value, you start believing you are person of value. This belief is not thought-based, it's behavior-based. Your behavior proves your worth, and your belief follows. Treat yourself with respect. Speak to yourself kindly. Honor your needs. Set boundaries. Defend against poor treatment. Invest in yourself. Celebrate yourself. Forgive yourself. Prioritize well-being. Surround yourself with respect. Present yourself with care. Chapter 5. Separate your worth from your results. One of most damaging patterns is tying your worth to your results. When you succeed, you feel valuable. When you fail, you feel worthless. This creates unstable, conditional sense of worth that undermines genuine self-belief. Your worth is not determined by what you achieve. It's not determined by whether you succeed or fail. It's not determined by what others think of you. Your worth as human being is inherent. It doesn't fluctuate based on performance. Understanding and internalizing this separation between worth and results is crucial for self-belief. When worth depends on results, you can't truly believe in yourself because results are uncertain. You might fail. You might not achieve goals. If failure means worthlessness, you can't risk trying. But when worth is separate from results, you can try anything. Failure doesn't threaten your fundamental value. It's just feedback about approach, not judgment of your worth. This separation frees you to attempt, to risk, to grow. Let me teach you how to separate worth from results. First, understand what determines worth. Your worth as human being comes from being human. Period. You have inherent dignity, simply by existing. You don't have to earn worth through achievement. You have it automatically. This isn't mystical or religious concept, though it can be. It's practical recognition that human beings have value independent of utility or accomplishment. Even a person who accomplishes nothing still has inherent worth as human. Internalize this. Your worth is not earned. It's inherent. It doesn't need defending or proving. It exists. Second, recognize that results measure effectiveness of approach, not worth of person. When you fail at something, it means your approach didn't work. It doesn't mean you're a worthless person. It means you need different approach. This reframe is crucial. Failure is information about method, not indictment of worth. When approach fails, you learn and adjust. You don't conclude you're worthless. You conclude the approach needs modification. Third, distinguish between who you are and what you do. What you do is your actions, your work, your results. Who you are is separate. You're a human being with inherent worth, regardless of actions or results. This distinction lets you evaluate actions without destroying yourself. That project failed is statement about project. I'm a failure is false statement about identity. The project failed. You are still valuable person who attempted something. Fourth, stop making success or failure mean more than it does. Success at task means you succeeded at that specific task. It doesn't make you superior person. Failure means you didn't succeed at that task. It doesn't make you inferior person. Give results their actual meaning. No more, no less. They're information about specific attempts, not judgments of worth. Fifth, recognize your value beyond achievements. What makes you valuable as person? Your relationships, your character, your unique perspective, your kindness, your creativity. These exist independent of any specific achievement. Make list of your value beyond accomplishments. What do you offer that isn't about results? These inherent qualities are your actual worth. Results are separate. Sixth, practice unconditional self-worth. Treat your worth as non-negotiable constant. Good day or bad day. Success or failure. Productive or unproductive. Approved by others or criticized. Through all variations, your worth remains constant. This feels unnatural at first because you're accustomed to worth fluctuating, but practice treating it as constant. Notice when you start tying worth to results and consciously separate them again. Seventh, evaluate results without evaluating self. When results aren't what you wanted, evaluate what happened. What didn't work? What could improve? What will you do differently? These are questions about approach. Don't ask, "What's wrong with me?" That ties results to worth. Ask, "What can I learn?" That separates worth from results while still learning from experience. Eighth, accept that you'll have bad days and periods. Your worth doesn't decrease during difficult times. You're struggling, but you're not worth less. You're experiencing challenge, but you remain valuable person. This acceptance prevents spiral, where difficulty makes you feel worthless, which makes difficulty harder to overcome. Worth stays constant. which lets you address difficulty effectively. Ninth, stop seeking worth through achievement. If you're achieving to prove you're valuable, you'll never feel satisfied because achievement can't provide what you're seeking. Worth must come from inherent recognition, not external accomplishment. Achieve because you want to create, to grow, to contribute, not because you need to prove worth. This shift transforms relationship with achievement. 10th, treat yourself as having worth, regardless of results. When you fail, treat yourself with same respect as when you succeed. When you're unproductive, treat yourself with same kindness as when you're productive. Consistent, respectful treatment, regardless of results, proves worth is separate. Your behavior demonstrates your beliefs. When you treat yourself well only after success, you prove you believe worth comes from results. When you treat yourself well regardless, you prove you believe worth is inherent. Here's what this separation enables. You can try things without fear that failure will destroy your worth. You can fail and remain valuable. You can succeed without ego inflation. You can evaluate results objectively without self-judgment. You can learn from mistakes without self-destruction. This creates foundation for genuine self-belief. When worth is constant, you can believe in yourself even when results are poor. You can trust yourself even when you fail. Your belief isn't contingent on success, so it's stable. Here's your practice. This week, consciously separate worth from results in every evaluation. When something goes well, acknowledge the good result without inflating your worth. When something goes poorly, acknowledge the poor result without deflating your worth. Practice the thought pattern. That result was X, and my worth remains constant. Good result doesn't increase worth. Bad result doesn't decrease worth. Worth is separate variable. This mental practice gradually internalizes the separation. Over time, it becomes automatic. Your worth feels stable regardless of fluctuating results. This stability is foundation for unshakable self-belief. Separate your worth from your results. Understand inherent worth. Recognize results. Measure approach, not person. Distinguish who you are from what you do. Give results appropriate meaning. Recognize value beyond achievements. Practice unconditional self-worth. Evaluate results, not self. Accept difficult periods. Don't seek worth through achievement. Treat yourself as worthy regardless. Chapter 6. Handle failure without losing belief. You will fail. Repeatedly. Inevitably. This is not pessimism. It's reality. Everyone who attempts anything significant fails multiple times. Failure is part of growth, learning, and eventual success. How you handle failure determines whether you build or destroy self-belief. Most people handle failure poorly. They catastrophize. They take it as proof they're not capable. They let one failure prevent future attempts. They spiral into self-doubt and giving up. This response to failure destroys belief and prevents success. But failure can build belief if handled properly. Each failure survived proves resilience. Each failure learned from builds capability. Each failure that doesn't destroy you demonstrates strength. Handled well, failure becomes evidence of capability, not proof of inadequacy. Let me teach you how to handle failure without losing belief. First, expect failure as normal part of attempting things. Failure isn't aberration. It's expected occurrence. When you try new things, push limits, or attempt challenges, you will sometimes fail. This is how learning works. Expecting failure removes the shock and devastation. When failure is expected, it doesn't threaten belief. It's anticipated part of process. I knew I might fail at first. Now I learn and improve. This expectation protects belief from being destroyed by normal occurrence. Second, separate failing from being a failure. Failing is verb, action, something you did. Being a failure is identity claim. You failed at task. You are not a failure as person. This distinction is crucial. When you fail, say, I failed at that, not, I am a failure. The first is accurate statement about specific outcome. The second is false, damaging claim about identity. Maintain this distinction rigorously. Third, view failure as feedback, not judgment. Failure tells you something about your approach. It doesn't tell you anything about your worth or fundamental capability. It's information. This approach didn't work. Try different approach. This reframe transforms failure from devastating blow to valuable information. You're not being judged. You're being informed. Information helps you improve. Judgment destroys you. Choose to see feedback. Fourth, analyze failure for lessons. What specifically didn't work? What can you learn? What will you do differently? This analytical approach extracts value from failure while preventing emotional spiral. After failure, resist urge to wallow or catastrophize. Instead, analyze. What happened? Why? What does this teach you? How will you adjust? This transforms failure into education. Fifth, remember your track record. You failed before. You survived. You learned. You grew. You succeeded eventually at other things. This failure is not unique catastrophe. It's another data point in pattern of trying, sometimes failing, learning, improving, eventually succeeding. Your history proves you can handle failure. You've done it before. This failure won't be different. You'll handle it too. Sixth, maintain perspective. One failure doesn't define you. One setback doesn't determine your future. One mistake doesn't erase your capabilities. It's a single event in much larger context of your life and efforts. When failure feels overwhelming, zoom out. Look at bigger picture. This failure is small part of much larger trajectory. It doesn't define everything. Seventh, practice self-compassion during failure. You're hurting. Failure is painful. Treat yourself with kindness, not harsh criticism. This is hard. I'm struggling. That's understandable and human. I'll get through this. Self-compassion during difficulty doesn't mean accepting defeat. It means treating yourself humanely while you continue forward. Harsh criticism doesn't motivate improvement. Compassion does. Eighth, decide whether to persist or pivot. Some failures indicate you should try again with different approach. Others indicate this path isn't right for you. Analyzing failure helps you decide which is which. Persist when failure provides lessons you can apply to improve. Pivot when failure repeatedly shows fundamental mismatch between path and your strengths or interests. Either choice is valid. Both maintain belief. Ninth, take action soon after failure. Don't sit with failure too long. Analyze it. Learn from it. Then act. Try again with improved approach. Or, pivot to new direction. Action prevents failure from becoming defining event. Failure grows larger the longer you sit with it without acting. Quick analysis and action keep failure in perspective as temporary setback, not permanent defeat. 10th, share failures with trusted people. Isolation magnifies failure. Sharing normalizes it. Trusted friend says, "Yeah, failure happens. What did you learn? What's next?" This response helps you maintain perspective and belief. Choose carefully who you share with. Some people will catastrophize with you. Others will minimize dismissively. Find people who normalize failure while supporting your growth. Their perspective helps maintain yours. Here's what failure handling that maintains belief looks like. You fail at something. You feel disappointed, which is natural, but you don't catastrophize. You remind yourself failure is normal part of attempting things. You analyze what happened and what you can learn. You treat yourself with compassion. You decide whether to persist or pivot. You take action soon. You maintain perspective that this is one event in larger pattern of trying and growing. Through this process, your belief remains intact. You failed at task, but you remain capable person. You're disappointed but not devastated. You've learned something valuable. You're ready to try again or try something else. Contrast with belief-destroying failure handling. You fail. You catastrophize. This proves I'm not capable. I always fail. I should give up. You identify as failure. You sit with failure for weeks without acting. You isolate. You let this failure define your entire self-perception. This handling destroys belief because you've made failure mean you're fundamentally inadequate. Rebuilding from here is difficult. Here's your practice. Next time you fail at something, use belief-maintaining approach. Expect that failure was possible. Separate failing from being failure. View it as feedback. Analyze for lessons. Remember your track record. Maintain perspective. Practice self-compassion. Decide whether to persist or pivot. Take action soon. Share with trusted person. Notice how this approach affects your belief. You failed, but belief remains strong, because you handled failure in a way that preserves and even builds belief through resilience and learning. Over time, failure becomes less threatening. You know you can handle it. You know it doesn't destroy you. You know it teaches you. This confidence in your ability to handle failure is a crucial component of self-belief. Handle failure without losing belief. Expect failure as normal. Separate failing from being failure. View failure as feedback. Analyze for lessons. Remember your track record. Maintain perspective. Practice self-compassion. Persist or pivot. Act soon after failure. Share with trusted people. Chapter 7. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. The people around you profoundly affect your self-belief. People who believe in you strengthen your belief. People who doubt you weaken it. People who celebrate your growth support belief. People who criticize and diminish undermine it. You can't build strong self-belief while surrounded by people who don't believe in you. Their constant doubt and criticism gradually erode whatever belief you're trying to build. It's like trying to fill bucket with hole in bottom. The input doesn't matter if it's constantly draining away. Building self-belief requires surrounding yourself with people who support it, who see your potential, who celebrate your progress, who believe in your capability. Their belief supports yours, especially when your own belief wavers. This doesn't mean surrounding yourself with yes people who never challenge you. It means surrounding yourself with people who believe in your fundamental capability while also being honest about areas for growth. Belief with honesty, not blind cheerleading. Let me teach you how to build supportive circle. First, assess your current circle. Who are the people you spend most time with? How do they affect your belief? Do they encourage or discourage? Do they celebrate your growth or minimize it? Do they believe in your potential or doubt it? Be honest in this assessment. Some people you care about might be undermining your belief. Acknowledging this is necessary for change. You can care about someone while recognizing they're not supporting your growth. Second, identify belief-supporting people. Who believes in you? Who celebrates your wins? Who encourages your efforts? Who reminds you of your capability when you doubt? Who sees your potential? These people might be friends, family, mentors, colleagues. Identify them specifically. These are people to spend more time with. Third, gradually increase time with belief-supporting people. You might not be able to completely change your circle immediately, but you can shift the balance. Spend more time with people who support your belief. Seek them out. Engage more deeply. Each conversation with belief-supporting person reinforces your belief. They reflect back your capability. They see what you might miss. This external belief supports your internal belief. Fourth, establish boundaries with belief-undermining people. You might not be able to remove them from your life entirely. Family members, co-workers, others you're connected to may undermine your belief. Set boundaries with how much influence they have. Limit time with them when possible. Don't share your goals and progress with them. Don't seek their opinion or approval. Minimize their access to your inner world. This protects your developing belief from their erosion. Fifth, find mentors who believe in potential beyond current capability. Good mentor sees not just what you are but what you could become. They believe in your growth potential. They challenge you from place of belief, not doubt. Mentor who believes in you provides crucial external support. When you doubt yourself, they hold the belief. When you can't see your potential, they remind you. This mentoring relationship builds belief. Sixth, join communities of growth-oriented people. Communities of people working on similar goals provide mutual support. They understand the challenges. They celebrate the progress. They normalize the struggle. This collective belief supports individual belief. Online or in person, find communities aligned with your growth. Participate actively. Give and receive support. This belonging to growth-oriented community reinforces belief. Seventh, distance yourself from toxic people. Some people are actively toxic. They criticize constantly. They diminish your efforts. They compete rather than support. They sabotage your progress. These people must be removed from your life if possible. Toxic relationships destroy belief faster than anything else. If you can't completely remove them, minimize contact as much as possible. Protect your belief by protecting yourself from their toxicity. Eighth, be a belief-supporting person for others. Supporting others' belief reinforces your own. When you remind someone of their capability, you reinforce concept that people have capability. When you celebrate someone's growth, you reinforce that growth is possible. This supports your belief through reciprocity. Build relationships based on mutual belief and support. This creates an environment where everyone's belief grows. Ninth, communicate what you need. Belief-supporting people want to help, but might not know how. Tell them, I need encouragement right now. I need someone to believe in me when I'm doubting. I need celebration of this progress. Clear communication lets them support you effectively. Don't expect people to read your mind. Tell them what support you need. Most will happily provide it if they know what's needed. 10th, recognize that you might need to build new circle. If your current circle is predominantly belief undermining, you might need to build new relationships. This is difficult but sometimes necessary. Start by joining new groups, communities, or activities where you'll meet growth-oriented people. Gradually build relationships. Over time, new supportive circle develops. This circle becomes foundation for belief. Here's what belief-supporting circle provides. When you doubt yourself, they remind you of your capability. When you fail, they help you see it as learning. When you succeed, they celebrate genuinely. When you're struggling, they offer encouragement without judgment. When you're growing, they notice and acknowledge it. This support doesn't mean they never challenge you, but their challenges come from belief in your capability to rise to challenge, not from doubt that you can. They push you because they believe you can grow, not because they think you're inadequate. Here's your practice. This month, consciously shift your circle toward belief-supporting people. Identify who supports your belief. Spend more time with them. Set boundaries with belief-undermining people. Seek mentor or community that supports growth. Be a supporting person for others. Notice how this shift affects your belief. External belief from others supports internal belief in yourself. Their confidence in you helps you develop confidence in yourself. Their celebration of your progress helps you recognize your own progress. Building belief isn't purely internal work. It requires supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. Their belief will support and strengthen your own. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. Assess current circle. Identify belief-supporting people. Increase time with them. Set boundaries with belief-undermining people. Find mentors. Join growth communities. Distance from toxic people. Be a supporting person. Communicate needs. Build new circle if needed. Chapter 8. Speak to yourself like someone you love. Your self-talk, the running commentary in your head, shapes your self-belief more than almost anything else. You talk to yourself constantly. This internal voice either builds or destroys belief through thousands of small messages daily. Most people speak to themselves harshly, with criticism, with judgment, with disdain. They say things to themselves they'd never say to someone they care about. You're so stupid. You always mess up. Nobody likes you. You can't do anything right. This harsh self-talk destroys belief. It's constant input of negative messages about yourself. No matter what positive experiences you have, harsh self-talk reframes them negatively. Success becomes, you got lucky. Effort becomes, that wasn't good enough. You become, not worthy. Building self-belief requires changing self-talk. Speaking to yourself with the kindness, encouragement, and respect you'd give someone you love. This doesn't mean lying to yourself or avoiding reality. It means treating yourself humanely while being honest. Let me teach you how to speak to yourself with love. First, notice your current self-talk. For one day, pay attention to how you speak to yourself internally. What do you say when you make mistake? When you're trying something difficult? When you're uncertain? When you look in mirror? What's the tone? The content? Most people are shocked when they really notice their self-talk. It's cruel. It's harsh. It's judgmental. It's nothing like how they speak to anyone else. Noticing this is first step to changing it. Second, ask yourself, would I say this to someone I love? When you notice harsh self-talk, pause. Ask this question. Would you tell someone you love they're stupid? That they always fail? That they're worthless? Of course not. Then don't say it to yourself. This question interrupts automatic harsh self-talk. It reveals the double standard you're applying. You deserve same kindness you'd give anyone you love. Third, rephrase harsh self-talk kindly. You're so stupid. Becomes, that didn't work. Let's figure out why. You always fail becomes, you've had some setbacks. But you also have successes. Nobody likes you. Becomes, you have people who care about you. Kind self-talk is still honest. It acknowledges reality. But it doesn't exaggerate negatively or ignore positives. It's balanced, fair perspective, spoken with kindness. Fourth, talk to yourself like supportive coach. Good coach is honest about areas to improve but believes in your capability. They encourage effort. They celebrate progress. They're patient with learning. They're kind during struggle. They believe you can grow. Develop this coaching voice for yourself. Honest but supportive. Challenging but believing. Firm but kind. This voice builds belief while guiding growth. Fifth, emphasize process and effort over just results. Kind self-talk recognizes effort regardless of outcome. You worked hard on that. You tried your best. You showed up despite difficulty. This acknowledges your effort, which you control, not just results, which you partially control. Harsh self-talk judges only results. You failed. That wasn't good enough. This ignores effort and process. Kind self-talk recognizes the whole picture. Sixth, use self-talk to remind yourself of truth. When doubt creeps in, self-talk reminds you of your actual capability. You've handled hard things before. You have skills for this. You're capable of learning. This isn't empty affirmation. It's reminding yourself of true facts you might forget in moment of doubt. Kind self-talk serves as memory aid for truth. Seventh, practice self-compassion talk during difficulty. When you're struggling, self-talk should sound like compassionate friend. This is really hard right now. It's okay to struggle. You're doing your best. This won't last forever. Self-compassion during difficulty doesn't mean giving up. It means treating yourself humanely while you persevere. This sustains effort better than harsh criticism does. Eighth, celebrate yourself through self-talk. When you accomplish something, even small, acknowledge it. Good job. That was well done. You should be proud of that effort. This self-celebration reinforces belief through recognition. Many people dismiss their accomplishments through self-talk. That wasn't hard. Anyone could do that. This dismissiveness undermines belief. Celebration builds it. Ninth, correct cognitive distortions. Notice when self-talk uses words like always, never, everyone, nobody. These absolutes are usually false. You always fail is false. You've had successes. Nobody likes you is false. Some people do. When you notice absolute negative statements, correct them. Sometimes I fail. Sometimes I succeed. Some people like me. Some don't. Accurate self-talk supports belief better than distorted negative self-talk. 10th, make kind self-talk your default. Initially, you'll catch harsh self-talk and consciously rephrase. With practice, kind self-talk becomes automatic default. You habitually speak to yourself with respect and encouragement. This takes time. You've had years of harsh self-talk. It won't change overnight. but consistent practice gradually shifts default. Kind self-talk becomes natural. Here's what kind self-talk sounds like comprehensively. When you make mistake, that didn't work. What can I learn? When you're uncertain, I can figure this out as I go. When you're struggling, this is hard, but I can handle it. When you succeed, well done. That took effort. When you fail, this hurts, but it doesn't define me. When you're tired, I need rest, and that's okay. When you're comparing yourself to others, my path is my own, not a competition. This self-talk builds belief, because it treats you as a capable person, deserving of respect. It acknowledges reality while maintaining supportive perspective. It helps you persevere through difficulty. It recognizes effort and progress. It celebrates success. It handles failure compassionately. Here's your practice. For next week, actively monitor and adjust self-talk. Each time you notice harsh self-talk, stop. Ask, would I say this to someone I love? Rephrase kindly. Make this conscious practice multiple times daily. Also, several times daily, proactively speak to yourself encouragingly, not waiting for harsh self-talk to correct. Actively saying kind, supportive things. You're doing well. You're capable. You deserve good things. Proactive, kind self-talk reinforces belief. After 1 week of conscious practice, assess. Has your self-talk shifted? Has your belief shifted? Most people find that changing self-talk significantly impacts belief. The constant input of kind messages strengthens belief, where harsh messages were destroying it. Continue this practice for a month, 2 months, as long as needed until kind self-talk is default. This internal voice shapes your belief more than almost any external factor. Make it voice that builds rather than destroys. Speak to yourself like someone you love. Notice current self-talk. Ask if you'd speak this way to loved one. Rephrase harshly, kindly. Talk like supportive coach. Emphasize process and effort. Remind yourself of truth. Practice self-compassion. Celebrate yourself. Correct distortions. Make kindness default. Chapter 9. Take action. Despite doubt. Doubt is normal. You will doubt yourself, even as you build belief. Even people with strong self-belief experience doubt. The difference is, they act despite it. They don't wait for doubt to disappear before taking action. They move forward with doubt present. Most people let doubt stop them. They feel doubt and interpret it as sign they shouldn't proceed. They wait to feel confident before acting. They need certainty before starting. This waiting prevents almost all action, because certainty and confidence without action rarely arrive. Self-belief includes ability to act despite doubt, to feel uncertain and move forward anyway, to question yourself and still try, to lack complete confidence and start anyway. This capacity to act despite doubt is crucial because doubt never completely disappears. Waiting for perfect confidence before acting means waiting forever. Acting despite imperfect confidence means progress now. This action, despite doubt, is what builds real belief. Each time you act despite doubt and survive, belief strengthens. You prove doubt isn't stop sign. It's just feeling that can be present while you act. Let me teach you how to act despite doubt. First, recognize doubt as normal, not meaningful. Doubt is automatic response to uncertainty. Anytime you face uncertain outcome, your brain generates doubt. This is protective mechanism. It's not accurate assessment of your capability or likelihood of success. When doubt arises, recognize it. I'm feeling doubt because this is uncertain. That's normal. Don't interpret doubt as truth about your capability. It's just your brain being cautious. Second, separate feeling from fact. You feel doubtful. That's feeling. The fact is, you have capability to attempt this. You've prepared reasonably. You have some chance of success. These facts don't change just because you feel doubtful. When doubt arises, identify facts separately from feelings. I feel doubtful. The facts are, I have relevant skills, I've prepared adequately, people similar to me have succeeded at this. Facts matter more than feelings. Third, act on commitments, not feelings. Before doubt arose, you committed to this action. That commitment matters more than current feeling of doubt. Honor your commitments regardless of feelings. I committed to doing this. I'm feeling doubt now. But commitments override feelings. I'm doing it anyway. This principle prevents doubt from derailing committed actions. Fourth, start before you feel ready. You'll never feel completely ready. There's always more preparation possible, more information to gather, more certainty to achieve, but preparation has diminishing returns. At some point, action becomes necessary. Set deadline for starting based on reasonable preparation, not feeling of readiness. When deadline comes, start regardless of doubt. Starting before ready is how most things get done. Fifth, take small next step instead of looking at entire path. Doubt is overwhelming when you contemplate entire challenging journey. It's manageable when you focus on just next step. Don't think about all challenges ahead. Think about next, small action. I can do this one thing right now. Action by action, you progress despite doubt. Sixth, use action to reduce doubt. Paradoxically, best way to reduce doubt is action. Waiting and thinking increases doubt. Acting decreases it. Once you're in motion, doubt diminishes. When you feel doubt, act. Don't sit with doubt. Movement reduces it. The doing proves you can do it, which reduces doubt about doing. Seventh, expect doubt to resurface. You act despite doubt. Doubt decreases, then it resurfaces. This is normal. Doubt comes and goes. Each time it resurfaces, you act despite it again. Don't be discouraged when doubt returns. It doesn't mean you've lost progress. It's just brain being cautious again. Acknowledge it and continue acting. Eighth, collect evidence of times you acted despite doubt and survived. You've done this before? You doubted, acted anyway, and things worked out okay. Or they didn't work out but you survived. Either way, acting despite doubt didn't destroy you. This evidence proves you can act despite doubt. Remind yourself of this evidence when current doubt feels overwhelming. I've done this before. I doubted, acted anyway, survived. I can do it again. Ninth, use doubt as signal that you care. Doubt often arises about things that matter to you. You don't doubt yourself about things you don't care about. So, doubt signals this is important to you. Reframe doubt positively. I'm feeling doubt because this matters to me. That's actually a good sign that I'm attempting something meaningful. 10th, build identity as person who acts despite doubt. Each time you act despite doubt, you reinforce identity as courageous person. Someone who doesn't let feelings prevent action. Someone who moves forward despite uncertainty. This identity becomes self-reinforcing. I'm person who acts despite doubt makes next action despite doubt easier. You're living your identity. Here's what acting despite doubt looks like in practice. You have goal. You've prepared reasonably. Now you feel doubt. Can I really do this? Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I'll fail. You recognize doubt as normal response to uncertainty. You separate feeling from facts. Facts show you're reasonably prepared and capable of attempting this. You remember you committed to this action. You focus on just next small step, not entire journey. You take that step despite doubt. As you act, doubt decreases. You're proving through action that you can do this. Even if outcome is uncertain, you're demonstrating that doubt doesn't prevent action. This builds belief. If doubt resurfaces, you repeat process. Recognize it. Separate from facts. Remember commitment. Take next step. Continue acting. Over time, you build substantial evidence. You've acted despite doubt dozens of times. You've survived every time. Often succeeded. This evidence changes your relationship with doubt. It's no longer stop sign. It's just uncomfortable feeling that doesn't prevent action. This is strong self-belief. Not absence of doubt, but capability to act despite it. Confidence that doubt won't destroy you or prevent you from trying. Here's your practice. This week, identify one action you've been avoiding due to doubt. Recognize the doubt as normal. Separate feelings from facts. Commit to doing it despite doubt. Focus on just first step. Take action before you feel ready. Notice what happens. Likely, acting wasn't as bad as doubt suggested. Maybe you succeeded. Maybe you struggled but survived. Either way, you proved you can act despite doubt. Do this repeatedly. Each action, despite doubt, builds belief and proves doubt isn't determinative. Over time, this creates strong belief based not on absence of doubt but on proven ability to act despite it. Take action despite doubt. Recognize doubt as normal. Separate feeling from fact. Act on commitments, not feelings. Start before ready. Take small next steps. Use action to reduce doubt. Expect doubt to resurface. Collect evidence. See doubt as carrying signal. Build identity of action taker. Chapter 10. Maintain belief through difficulty. Building belief is one challenge. Maintaining it through difficulty is another. Life will bring hard times, periods of struggle, failure, loss, or overwhelming challenge. During these times, belief gets tested. It's easy to believe in yourself when things are going well. Much harder when everything seems to be falling apart. Yet maintaining belief through difficulty is crucial. This is when you need it most. When circumstances are hard, belief that you can handle it, that you'll get through, that you're capable. This belief is what enables perseverance. Losing belief during difficulty creates spiral, where difficulty becomes catastrophe. Strong self-belief withstands difficulty. It bends but doesn't break. It might waver but doesn't disappear. This resilient belief is built through practice of maintaining belief even when circumstances make it hard. Let me teach you how to maintain belief through difficulty. First, remember this is temporary. Difficulty feels permanent when you're in it. But it's not. Everything passes. This will too. You've been through hard times before. They ended. This will end. When difficulty threatens belief, remind yourself of temporariness. This is hard right now, but it's not forever. I will get through this like I've gotten through past difficulties. Second, separate circumstances from capability. Bad circumstances don't mean you're incapable. Hard times happen to capable people. Struggle doesn't prove you're not good enough. It proves life is challenging. When difficulty makes you doubt capability, separate them. Circumstances are hard right now. That doesn't mean I'm incapable. It means I'm facing challenging circumstances. Maintain belief in capability even when circumstances are difficult. Third, focus on what you can control. During difficulty, much is outside your control. Focusing on uncontrollable creates helplessness that undermines belief. Focus on what you can control preserves belief and enables effective action. Identify what's in your control: your effort, your attitude, your response, your next action. Focus here. Let go of rest. This focus maintains belief because you're directing attention to areas where you have agency. Fourth, take small actions. Large goals feel impossible during difficulty. Small actions feel achievable. Each small action proves you still have capability. It counters helplessness and maintains belief. What's one small thing you can do today? Do that. Tomorrow, another small thing. These small actions accumulate. They maintain momentum and belief when large actions feel overwhelming. Fifth, reach out for support. Difficulty is harder in isolation. Support from others helps maintain belief when yours is wavering. They remind you of your capability when you've forgotten. They provide perspective when you've lost it. Don't isolate during hard times. Reach out to belief-supporting people. Let them help carry your belief when you can't carry it alone. Sixth, review past evidence. You've handled difficulties before. You have track record of getting through hard times. This past evidence proves you're capable of handling current difficulty. Review your success journal, your evidence of capability. Remind yourself of what you've overcome before. This evidence maintains belief when current difficulty makes you doubt. 7th, maintain self-care. During difficulty, people often neglect themselves. Don't sleep. Don't eat well. Don't exercise. Don't rest. This deterioration makes everything harder and undermines belief. Prioritize basic self-care even during difficulty, maybe especially during difficulty. Taking care of yourself maintains physical and mental capacity that supports belief. 8th, adjust expectations temporarily. Difficulty makes normal performance difficult. Expecting normal performance during abnormal circumstances sets up failure that undermines belief. Adjust expectations to current reality. I'm dealing with major difficulty right now. I can't expect normal productivity or performance. I can expect to do my best given circumstances. This realistic expectation maintains belief by preventing false failure. 9th, find meaning in difficulty. Not that difficulty is good, but that you can grow from it. You're developing resilience, learning, becoming stronger. This meaning helps maintain belief because difficulty has purpose. This is terrible and I hate it. And I'm growing through it. I'm becoming more resilient. I'm learning about myself. Both can be true. Meaning helps maintain belief through difficulty. 10th, commit to maintaining belief as practice. Make it explicit choice. I'm going through hard time. I commit to maintaining belief in myself through this. I won't let circumstances destroy belief I've built. This conscious commitment changes relationship with difficulty. You're not just enduring. You're actively maintaining belief. This intentionality supports belief when automatic responses would undermine it. Here's what maintaining belief through difficulty looks like. You're facing major challenge, loss, failure, overwhelming circumstances. Your automatic response is to doubt yourself. Maybe I can't handle this. Maybe I'm not strong enough. You catch this response. You remind yourself difficulty is temporary. You separate circumstances from capability. You focus on what you can control. You take small action. You reach out for support. You review past evidence of resilience. You maintain self-care. You adjust expectations. You find meaning. You commit to maintaining belief. Through this process, belief wavers but doesn't collapse. You feel doubt but don't let it overwhelm. You acknowledge difficulty while maintaining trust in your ability to handle it. This is resilient belief. Contrast with belief collapse. Difficulty hits. You catastrophize. I can't handle this. This proves I'm not capable. Everything is falling apart. I'm not strong enough. You isolate. You neglect self-care. You focus on uncontrollable. You forget past evidence. Belief collapses. This collapse makes difficulty much worse because now you're dealing with hard circumstances and belief crisis. Here's your preparation for difficulty. Before difficulty comes, practice belief maintenance techniques. Take small actions regularly. Review evidence regularly. Maintain self-care consistently. Build support network now. Commit to belief maintenance. When difficulty comes, you'll have practiced skills and resources ready. You'll know how to maintain belief because you've been practicing. This preparation makes maintenance during actual difficulty much more achievable. Also, review this chapter during good times. Learn these techniques while you don't need them desperately. Then when difficulty comes, you have framework ready. You know what to do to maintain belief even though circumstances make it hard. Difficulty will come. This is certainty. How it affects your belief depends on your preparation and your response. With practiced techniques and conscious commitment, you can maintain belief through any difficulty. This maintained belief enables getting through, learning, growing, and emerging stronger. Maintain belief through difficulty. Remember temporariness. Separate circumstances from capability. Focus on controllable. Take small actions. Reach for support. Review past evidence. Maintain self-care. Adjust expectations. Find meaning. Commit to maintaining belief. We've explored 10 essential dimensions of self-belief. Understanding what it really is. Eliminating limiting beliefs. Building evidence through action. Treating yourself with respect. separating worth from results, handling failure without losing belief, surrounding yourself with believers, speaking to yourself with love, acting despite doubt, and maintaining belief through difficulty. These aren't just concepts to understand. They're practices to implement. Self-belief is built through action, not just thought. You can understand everything in this audiobook and still lack belief if you don't actually practice what you've learned. So here's the question. Will you actually believe in yourself? Will you do the uncomfortable work of building genuine self-belief? Will you practice these dimensions consistently? Most people won't. They'll understand but won't implement. They'll continue doubting themselves while wishing they believed more. You can be different. You can actually build belief. You can do the work, but it requires choice. You must choose to believe in yourself even when you don't yet, even when evidence is limited, even when others doubt, even when you feel uncertain. Self-belief is initially act of will, then gradually becomes reality. You choose to believe before you feel it. You act as if you believe even when doubt is present. You treat yourself like a valuable person before fully feeling valuable. Through these chosen actions, actual belief develops. Let me be clear about what's at stake. Without self-belief, you're significantly limited. You won't pursue opportunities. You won't persist through difficulty. You won't develop your potential. You won't live fully because you don't believe you can. This limitation creates a life of missed chances and regrets. Things you wanted but didn't pursue. Goals you had but didn't attempt. Dreams you held but didn't chase. All because you didn't believe in yourself enough to try. With self-belief, everything changes. Not that you'll succeed at everything, but you'll try. You'll persist. You'll bounce back. You'll develop. You'll grow into your potential. You'll live more fully because you believe you can handle what comes. This difference is enormous. Same person, same circumstances. But with belief versus without belief creates entirely different life trajectories. Belief enables becoming who you're capable of being. Without belief, capability remains dormant. Right now, you probably don't fully believe in yourself. That's okay. That's why you're here. But now you know what to do. You have framework. You have practices. You have pathway to building genuine self-belief. The question is whether you'll use it. Whether you'll actually do the work. Whether you'll commit to building belief, regardless of how long it takes or how uncomfortable it gets. Here's what I want you to do. Starting today. Not someday. Today. First, identify your most limiting belief about yourself, the one that holds you back most. Write it down. Then write evidence that contradicts it. Then write more accurate, empowering belief to replace it. Begin treating this new belief as true even though you don't fully feel it yet. Second, choose one area to build evidence. Identify achievable challenge in that area. Complete it this week. Document your success. This begins your evidence collection. Third, start treating yourself with respect. Choose one way you've been treating yourself poorly. Commit to treating yourself respectfully instead. Make this shift today. Fourth, find one belief-supporting person. Someone who already believes in you or someone you'll ask to support your growth. Reach out this week. Begin building that supportive relationship. Fifth, change your self-talk. For 1 week, consciously speak to yourself like someone you love. Notice harsh self-talk. Rephrase it kindly. Proactively say encouraging things to yourself. These 5 actions, started today, create momentum. They prove you can take action to build belief. They create initial evidence and positive shifts. This momentum builds over time into substantial belief. After 1 week, continue. Add more practices. Build more evidence. Expand respectful self-treatment. Strengthen supportive relationships. Deepen kind self-talk. Each week, more practice. Each month, stronger belief. After 3 months of consistent practice, assess. Your belief will have transformed. Not perfectly, not completely, but substantially. You'll trust yourself more. You'll try more. You'll persist longer. You'll bounce back faster. You'll believe more genuinely in your capability and worth. After 6 months, belief becomes natural. Not that doubt disappears, but acting despite doubt becomes normal. Not that you never question yourself, but questioning doesn't stop you. Not that circumstances are always easy, but you trust yourself to handle difficulty. This is strong self-belief, built practically through consistent action, proven through accumulated evidence, reinforced through respectful self-treatment and supportive relationships. This belief changes everything, but it only develops if you start, if you actually implement, if you commit to building belief through practice, not just wishing for it through thought. You must believe in yourself, not someday when you've proven yourself. Now, before the proof. This belief enables the proof. Without belief first, proof never comes because you don't try. Stop waiting for external permission to believe in yourself. Stop waiting to feel confident before acting. Stop letting doubt and limiting beliefs prevent your growth. Stop treating yourself as unworthy of belief. Start believing now. Start building evidence through action. Start treating yourself with respect. Start surrounding yourself with believers. Start speaking to yourself with love. Start acting despite doubt. Start maintaining belief through difficulty. The transformation from doubt to belief is available to you. The pathway is clear. The practices are known. The only question is whether you'll walk the path. Choose to believe in yourself. Not because you're perfect, not because you'll never fail, not because you have no limitations, but because you're a human being with inherent worth, capable of growth, worthy of respect, and able to handle what comes. This belief is your foundation for everything else. Without it, nothing else matters because you won't try. With it, everything becomes possible because you'll persist until you succeed. You must believe in yourself. The work starts now. The choice is yours. Make it today. Believe in yourself. Build the belief through action. Create the foundation. Transform your life. Begin.